Guys, I'm a little late intentionally. I had a butterscotch in my mouth and I wanted to finish it first because I knew we were going to get complaints from somebody. Is everything working? Everybody hears me? Good? Are we solid? Are we on the up and up? Somebody say it. I need that reassurance. Ted says we're good. Are we good? We feel pretty golden about it. I wasn't even going to go live tonight, guys, but I thought I just wanted to see you guys for a little bit. I really don't know that I'll stay on too long. I've been kind of a busy bee today. I worked my job and then simply Cheryl. Title doesn't sound good. It's not that big of a deal, really. I worked my job and then I came home and I've been cooking all afternoon since I got home. We just ate dinner. I just cleaned the kitchen. It was a lot of it. A lot of it. Aw, hi Barb. Love you, babe. I'm so sad. I was just telling Joni Cummings. You guys know Joni. She's amazing. Oh, there she is. Oh my God, that's so weird. Joni, that's weird. I just said your name and then you popped up with a super chat. I just messaged you. I'm sitting in the chair. I love the chair. It's beautiful, but the arms don't, they're too short. It's so weird. I wish I could raise them up. I wanted arms that I could actually set my arms on. There's like 6 inches. This is how far I have to lean to feel the arm. So I'm sad about it because I really wanted a chair that had some arms that I could hold the dog or the cat. But I have to lean really far for it to work. I don't understand. Maybe it's because it's my body. I don't know. But either way, it's a beautiful chair, Joni, and you're a beautiful lady for sending it. So thank you. I hope that didn't seem like a complaint. I just was like, how am I going to hold Gert? I'm just going to have to hold her like normal. But that's okay. It's a beautiful chair. Michelle Carpenter, what is my favorite vintage or antique kind of thing to find at a garage sale? Asking for a friend. That's kind of tough to answer. Like I love antique or vintage clothes. I love finding something vintage that fits me, like a coat or a dress or even a scarf, a clutch. I love, well, especially vintage jewelry. Like I love gemstone stuff, things with turquoise. That's like my favorite find. I look shook. Mel M. Brooks. What else do I love? Like I love a weird little piece of furniture too. I mean, I love to find like a cool vintage chair. Um, but that's okay. I like kind of vintage clothing and jewelry and things like that too. Um, so oh, see, speaking of, come here. Do you want mommy to hold you? Come here, please. Prancy toes. There's little Chauncey. There's little Chauncey. Look at her. Look at it. Look at it. Came from a manger. That's what I need too, probably, Barb. A little like a nursing pillow, like a boppy. I probably need something like that I can hold her in my arms. But see, this is the same as the other chair. I just have to hold her. Like I was hoping I have to lean this far to hit the arm. So I was hoping that there was like some support, like an arm. Like Jeff's chair is like that. His chair has higher arms. Um, but that's okay. It's still really quite lovely. Um, let's see. Yeah, I love thrifting. I love thrifting. You guys know this. Um, yeah, maybe I need to get a boppy pillow. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need to get some kind of a pillow. Like that's not going to burn me up though. That's probably going to be really hot. I remember that's not a pillow on the floor behind me. What? That's a dog bed. I don't know. That's a good idea. I remember having a Bobby pillow for Huxley, so that could work. That could work. Yeah, Ray, any kind of glassware that's unusual, that's true too. I like to find something like that. Anyway, guys, it was a fine, it wasn't that big of a deal. And most of you know about it because Jeff posted about it in the Facebook group. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, baby sling. You know, one of those, like, baby holder things would be nice too. I wonder if I should get that, like, that's big enough, like a pouch that I could just, like, set her in like she's doing now. Like, right now, I'm having to hold her, so it would be great if I could just, like, do what she's doing, but set her in some kind of a pouch. Ty's channel, my allergies are better. I didn't take a Zyrtec last night too. I'm trying to lay off the Zyrtec because I find that I take one every night. And when I wake up in the morning, I am dragging, I'm drowsy. So, and that's not normal for me. I wake up and I'm peppy and I'm running around the house. Whenever I take a Zyrtec at night, I wake up super drowsy. Thank you for asking. Um, um, okay. Everybody's saying they have stuff like that. Yeah, that's kinda cool. I'll try to look. I probably should look on Amazon while it's Prime Day or whatever and see if they have something that I can, because she just wants to be held. She's kind of like a baby. She just wants to be held. So anyway, guys, I worked my job today. That went great. And for, I would say, about an hour and 15 minutes, I noticed I was by myself. And as you guys know, um, I work 1 day a week at a retail place, and it's a really great little, boutique in Kansas City. My friend owns it, and I just work a short shift once a week, and, um, I was just walking through the store today. It was very slow today, and I was walking around, I was dusting, and I was kinda rearranging some things, and as I was doing that, I noticed outside the store, there was a guy sitting on a bench, not looking at a phone. He had a hat and sunglasses on, and it wasn't very sunny today, but that doesn't mean anything. Um, has anybody started to recognize me? No, I'm not a big deal. Um, that's funny though. Oh, you worked, anything goes. You worked a job once, it was awful and you hated it. I hear that. I enjoy working if it's with the right crowd. Um, So as I'm like walking through the store, I noticed this guy sitting on the bench. Whatever. I didn't really think anything of it. But then I started kind of going back and forth and I was doing stuff and I was watering the plants and I keep busy. So I was kind of cleaning up. And I start to notice this. He's watching, he's following me as I'm going like back and forth through the store. And I just watch um his head, and it keeps like following where my body's going. um so I don't know, I started to feel like, is that something? So I kind of forgot about it for probably 20 minutes, and it just kept going, it just kept happening. Okay, there's Aaron. um and it just kept happening. He just kept following me. So then I texted Jeff and I said, "This guy has been watching me for almost an hour now." And then more time passed. And I'd say the total time the guy was sitting there was like an hour and 15 to 20 minutes. And he never had a phone. So maybe it wasn't a PI. I don't think it was a PI, guys. I really don't. I didn't feel threatened. Jeff was like, "Do you want me to come down there?" And I was like, "No," because first of all, we live like 40 minutes from this place. So it's not like just a quick drive. He said, "Do you want me to come down there?" And I was like, "No." And he said, "Do you need to call security or something?" And I was like, "No, he's not doing anything that's making me feel unsafe." Then I texted my friend Ryan, and he was like, "Yeah, that's concerning." And I was like, "It's not. I don't know. I didn't get the feeling of like in my stomach, like, uh-oh, I'm in danger. I didn't get that feeling. So anyway, he was just a bit of a creeper. And then he continued to follow me with his eyes, and I continued to walk around and see if he would keep doing that, and he did. So I snapped a picture of him. And as soon as I took a picture of him, this is why I feel kind of guilty about this, honestly. As soon as I snapped a picture of him, he got up and left. And uh, he got into a car, that car. So, okay, so I was thinking about that. Anything goes. Glad nothing happened, but carry a gun anyway. So I have my CCW license, and I thought about I've never carried. I've never carried. I've never felt like I needed to. Um, and so I wondered, like, to get your guys' feedback on that. Do you think that's necessary? Like, should I be doing that? I mean, I worked for a doctor once, and she was very young, and she had 2 little kids, and she carried everywhere she went. So, what do you guys think of that? That seems extreme. Raymond in the chat right now, he got me some, he got me some, who's Gary? Steve K. I think that is Gary. I agree. It could have just been some dude. It could have just been some guy. No, Ray, I didn't have my pepper spray with me. Um, I felt that way too. That was the only thing, is like he seemed a little bit disguised to me, but maybe I'm wrong, guys. I just didn't feel one way or the other about it. That's a good question, Shelley Walsh. What do Scientologists or PIs hope to accomplish by following and watching ex-Scientologists, especially me? Because I share everything with the world. So it just seems counterintuitive to me. Like, it seems like a big waste of money. Lori says, retired law enforcement would never carry in a purse. I'd only trust it secured to my body. Don't want a thief to end up armed. True. They also, I was told so Jeff has a friend who's a detective, and he called him today and had the guy run the plates. Um, and the detective told me, he said, women should never carry and just throw it in their purse, and then things topple on top of the stuff in the purse, and then you can't find it when you need it. So he said you need to get a CCW purse where it like has a place. I can't do that because I'm too shallow. My bags are pretty much only by a certain designer in LA. So I really can't do that, sadly. But I would carry what Lori just said, where it's on my body, where it's on my person. I don't know. I just can't tell. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I still don't feel like I'm making enough of a difference for them to follow me around. I don't know why I think that. I just think Aaron, Mike Rinder, Leah, the Headleys, those guys are making a real dent, and they're exposing so much, and they're writing books, and I see PIs following someone like that. I just don't feel like I'm big enough for them to like give a holy crap about me. I don't know. Um, but I have exposed some things. I mean, the Dan O'Connor stuff, I don't know. Let's hope, Ty's channel, that nothing happens to me. Be careful. They're likely just watching you. If anything happened to you, everyone would know Scientologists were involved. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Manifest, Life by Design. I think The Real Housewives is huge. It I mean, I thought about that too, but is it? It's kind of just a dumb thing. Like, it's not really exposing, it's exposing how they are and who they are and how they really talk. I mean, if you want to get down to it, it's exposing Scientologists in the wild. It's pulling the curtain back and it's seeing for yourselves, for you through your guys' eyes. I mean, Aaron and I are bored with it because we grew up in it. But you guys seeing it with a fresh pair of eyes is like, whoa, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, I know a lot of you and I speak privately on Messenger, and via email, and a lot of you have stated that you're like, holy crap, this is like solid gold to see this because this is not. You've seen the letters the statements that they release, the PR stuff, and they're like denying everything left and right. There's no denying this. This is how they are. And same with the audios. I have the next audio ready, by the way. I sent it to Aaron last night. For some reason, um, yeah, I mean, as far as I know, Simply Cheryl, Dan O'Connor lives here in Kansas City. For whatever reason though, guys, I'm not afraid. Like, I don't feel nervous. I don't feel like they're gonna do something to me. I did at first. I got a little bit nervous at first. I had quite a few PIs outside of my house, like the first few months, but that's backed off. And now when I see a PI, if it's a PI, it's always in a restaurant. They will come in and sit at the closest table to Jeff and I. And oh my God, we did have a guy. I can't say if he was a PI. Jeff and I went to like a sub shop, not Subway, but a sandwich shop to get lunch like a week ago. And the place was totally empty. I think we were eating at like 2 in the afternoon. So it was kind of a weird time. And we got there, we ordered our subs, we're sitting there eating. We'd probably been eating for 5, 10 minutes. And this guy walks in and he had placed a to-go order and it was already ready for him, like a pickup order. So he grabs it and then he sits at the table right next to us. The place is empty. There's tables everywhere. And I was sitting there quietly just eating because, it was a really good sandwich, first of all. But I went like that to Jeff, and Jeff was like, and I don't know if he was, but I just started talking. And I was like, Jeff, I wonder where all the PIs went. I was like, they don't really follow us anymore. And then I started talking about the channel and all the subscribers. And then I noticed he had his phone kind of pointed toward me. Like he wasn't pointing it like he would, like a normal person would, like this. He had it like angled toward me. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that I got my gut feeling. I was like, that is somebody who is a PI. Like, or doing something. I don't know. It was just very strange. Today, I don't know. The guy didn't even have a phone out. So it's like, what was he doing? Well, Lori, you make a good point. What everyone is saying is right. You are doing something that no one else in SBTV is doing. Reese is coming with the receipts. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Welcome, Marie J. Cat ACDC fan. Maybe it's a husband of one of the housewives. Oh, maybe it was that creepy dude. Which one though? God, there was a lot of creepy dudes last night. I still kind of lost a little sleep over the guy that has a place in France and Clearwater and will buy you fancy purses and walk the beach with you while drilling you at the church. That was weird. That was super weird and it made me uncomfortable. And it takes a lot to make me uncomfortable. Thank you, nothing but love. You are exposing child abuse and incredibly brave for it. It you know what we mean. I didn't read it correctly, but we get it, right? Yeah, it was like a deli. What happened to delis? I feel like they're just not around anymore. They're just not there for me like they used to be. Yeah, I don't eat Subway. Sorry, I don't eat triangular cheese that's like in plastic like that. Nope, I don't eat it. It's gross. Plus, I'm still creeped out by the Jared story. I watched that documentary. It was like on HBO or something. You all right? And I was forever kind of scarred by that. Tampa B, man. The PIs are there because it's in their policies. They'll never change. They can't. It's not personal. It's just what they have to do until they F off into forever. Barb, you're so right. And I like the way you put that, Barb, because that's how I feel about it. Like, I know they're there. I know that's what they have to do, but I don't feel threatened. Like, Jeff was like, FaceTime me. Jeff made me mad. By the way, babe, thank you for the super chat. Jeff was like, when you get off work, FaceTime me to your car so that I know you're okay. And I was like, good idea. So I get off work and I go and FaceTime him and he doesn't answer. I was like, okay, these could be my very last words. And he didn't answer the phone. No, nobody followed me to my car. I just, oh, true, John Sostovsky. The camera could have been in his glasses. I mean, it could have been. He looked a little bit like Inspector Gadgety, didn't he? Like, I don't know. Look at this dude. To me, he looked a little bit like he was up to something, but I don't know. But who sits there for an hour, 20 minutes watching me like that? Either way, you're kind of a creeper. If you're not a PI, Heather Andrews, there's nothing wrong with that. And what do you mean by being prepared? I felt prepared mentally. I mean, I was very alert and aware of my surroundings. I have more than a son that relies on me, Heather. Did you know that you were so small? Did you know that you were born right next to Christ? Did you know that you've never made a mistake in your whole life? Did you know that you look like you're from Whoville because you look like a Dr. Seuss character with these little footy paws? Did you know that? Sure, you did. Ann Jones, welcome. I don't recognize your name. You are exposing the cult. Be careful. I think we're past that, but thank you for your super chat. I don't know how else to act. I mean, I'm always very aware of my surroundings. I've always, since I was single and had my own apartment, I had my own house. What are you doing, Bo? Making noise. I've always been one of the, like, alert and aware, like walking to your car, gals. You're not supposed to be distracted. You're not supposed to be on the phone. You're not supposed to be looking at your phone. You're supposed to be alert and aware because predators who are actually planning to steal you don't like it if you make eye contact. So I'm always like checking my surroundings, going to my car. I shouldn't say always. I'm sure I dick around sometimes, but for the most part, Nikki B. Oh, Nikki R. Hey, Reese. Glad to catch you live today. You're awesome, and I appreciate you sharing with us. It helps many. It helps many feel less alone or wrong or afraid. I love hearing that, Nikki. Thank you. He could have an earpiece in. He could. I like that. Thank you, Veronica. Your voice is way powerful. You don't need a weapon. I just don't feel like I just have really low self-esteem. Have we met? I think you guys know that. So when I think of myself, I don't think of myself as making any kind of a dent or a difference. But I say that out loud, but then in my own head, I think like when I was in the shower this morning, I was like, I really want to make a difference with this channel. I really want to get people out of Scientology with the stories I share, but I also want to continue to help other people feel inspired. I have so many goals I want with this channel. I love laughing. I love making you guys laugh. I love reading comments that are like, Reese, you're so funny. I just spit out my pop all over my newborn infant. But I also want to make a difference. So I have that goal and I like to think that I am, but I also am like, you're not that big of a deal and no one cares. So I like go back and forth. Oh my God, I know. Paola, was it the weirdo about the deep love? That creeped me out. Look at me, I'm behind in the comments. Shocking. They don't need a cell phone to be a PI. Oh my God. Was that the creepiest story, you guys, Michelle R? Maybe it's the husband of that long fingernail tooth pulling second grade teacher. You had to bring that up. I asked Aaron never to bring that up again. I love how Aaron told that story, by the way, with like a big grin on his face, and he was like all happy about it. He was like, Mrs. Bronswagger, my second grade teacher, was so funny, and she loved us. And she had these 13-inch fingernails, and she would dig up into their gums and remove their teeth. Ha 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 ha. I was like, Aaron, we need to do a deep dive because you got some stuff, buddy. We have some things. Care Bear 23, the chair, it is from Anthropology. It's their petite something chair. And I was looking at another one they make that's like that one, but different embroidery, and I want it. If you're going to get a chair from Anthropology or any furniture, I always save up and do it for Black Friday because it's 25% off. Manifest Light by Design, thank you for your super sticker, my friend. He does look, yeah, Yvonne, he does look fishy. Melissa, he does look pretty damn shady. I know. Yeah, he does look like a bit of a creeper. Oh, I see, Heather. Prepared by being proactive and carrying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. AB Dazzle, footy paws. We talk about our footy paws all the time. Look at these special footy paws that look like they're from Whoville. Let me smell it. Can I kiss it? You know I love you. Did you know that you're really tiny? Oh, very kissy. Mm, I don't know about the women being in trouble from the Scientology moms group. Hannah, really? Hannah needs to yell. You like this blue color? Okay. Hannah, thank you for saying that. So, the store I work in, this lady, I buy more stuff in my store because customers convince me to buy stuff. It's a problem. This lady came in last year when I was working there, and she's like, you need to quit wearing so much black. You're a blonde. And she was like, blondes should wear more blues and like soft blues. So, she talked me into this sweater in the store I work in. Okay. It's not hard to do. And so I bought it. So I'm trying to incorporate more color. So thank you for saying this, Hannah. But also, you guys, we're doing our thing this month where we're trying to do a little pop of red. And I hope that everyone is still staying on task. True. Simply Cheryl. If I see him again, I'll know something's up. Autumn the cat, cute name and cute cat, babe. Reese, what is the ultimate point of locationals? They seem super crazy, weird, and pointless. Stay safe. Love you. Same back at you. That's a good point. Locationals are crazy. Now, I didn't think that until 9 months ago, but they're pretty nuts. The point of a locational is to bring the being into present time because when you are out of present time, you are angry or crying, or like if someone starts, like me, if I start crying about Fred, which I normally do, right? um I'm just out of present time. I'm just stuck in that incident of the loss of Fred. So you give me a locational and you say, look at that picture frame, good, look at that picture on the wall, good, look at that chair, good, and then you're bringing me into present time is all it's doing. That's the point. But it's pretty cray. Molly, I agree with that, and I've been doing that since I was, like, 19 and got my own apartment. Don't park next to vans ever. Yeah, I get really creeped out when there's a van next to my car. Bo Beats, you better change your lifestyle, girl. You better start making better choices. You better pick the right path, okay? I want to see you living your life right. You have low self-esteem when I ignore you. This is why we can't have this many people in the chat because I get behind in the comments because I get this anxiety, like I have to answer everybody and then see what happens. I'm right. Bo Beats gets sad. We don't want you sad, girl. Start making the right choices. Lisa, keep your pets inside? Don't worry, I do. I would never, ever have any of my pets outside without myself being there. Um, I get sad about the outdoor pets that I feed. It's starting to get chilly at night, and I already want to bring in. Oh my God, you guys, I want to show you something. Guess what was on my front porch the other night at like midnight? I got to find it real quick. What if it takes too long? You guys, I was like, Jeff, we have another mouth to feed. We have another mouth to feed. Where is he? Where did he go? Well, now I don't know. Now I feel lost. Now I have anxiety again. Where is it, Gert? We need to hurry. We're going to be so behind in the comments, girl, but it's worth it because we want to show everybody our new friend. I can't wait till he tells us his name. I don't know his name. Well, where is it? There it is. Let's see. What's the best picture of him? Okay, this is a really crappy, tiny picture. I'm blowing it up. Ooh. He was on my front porch, you guys. Wait. A fox. Is he so cute? I can't wait to bring him inside. I had this little fake pumpkin out that I got like at Hobby Lobby or something a couple years ago, and it's a little plastic pumpkin with a mouse on it, and I think he thought the mouse was real. Is that so cute? I can't wait to bring him in and name him. Love you, Joni. Okay, I gotta catch up. Gotta catch up. Look, there's Barb again. You do make such a big difference, inspiring over 14,000 people every day. Are we up to 14? Barb, I think you're ahead of the game, girl. Wishful thinking. No, I was right. Okay. 13, but that's a big number. That's really grown quickly. Barb, I love you for it though. I love you. You're my biggest cheerleader. Thank you for your money, Barb. Michael McKay, your channel is kick butt. Well, thank you, Michael. Nakia, that's okay. I'm just glad you're here, babe. Sonia B, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you, Simply Cheryl. He was not chewing gum. No. I was wondering that too, you guys. Does it look like there's something behind his ear? Sylvia asked that. Let's look again because we have that kind of time, don't we? It does. Oh, no, I think it's his hair. No, it's his hair. Because look, I snapped this picture too. It looks like hair. I snapped a picture while he was looking away. I snapped quite a few pictures. I got scared, so I was like far away. That's him behind a bush. He was really watching me though. It was weird either way. Thank you, Nikia. I feel kind of boring tonight, guys, but there's a lot of people in here. Welcome all the new people. Like this is really growing. It seems like a week or two ago we had like 1 or 200 in the chats, and now it's really, really higher. And I've met a lot of new people too that have reached out to me privately, and I love all of you. I love talking to you guys. If you're waiting on me to answer, it's just growing every day. So like I said, I probably spend I'd say 6 hours a day answering messages and emails. It's a lot. I'm talking with well over 1,000 of you. And I love it. It's just it's a lot. I just have to catch up. Spirited Dragonfly, hey babe, you make a huge difference to me. You make me smile and laugh, and we're a lot alike. Not ex-Scientology, but just out of a very abusive marriage. Well, that's just as bad, and I'm so glad that you're out of it. Thank you for your super chat, babe. Good for you. That makes me very happy. AB Dazzle, don't even say that, girl. If they got your pets, I don't know what I would do. I don't think they're going to get my pets because this one was, as we know, born right next to JC in a manger with the three men with the coins in their pockets pointing at the North Star on that chilly evening. And Christ was born right next to this little frosted mini wheat with eyes and ears. And I just think that JC continues to watch her. And I think Fred does too. I think Fred really watches her. I know he watches me. And Fred loved Gertie. So I don't know why that would change. Oh, I'm looking at all your Fox comments. I know. Isn't he cute? He is, Raymond. He's gorgeous. I want to bring him in. I want to get him like a little hat or something and bring him in. He'll come in. He'll love Gertie. AC/DC Van Cat. Oh my God, he's adorable. I know. I love foxes, you guys. You just don't ever see them. Tampa B Man, just because people aren't subbed doesn't mean you don't inspire them. That's true, Barb. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat, Barb. You're amazing with the super chats. I really appreciate that. It's very helpful. Thank you. Um, yeah, Heather, I think they probably do watch everyone with a channel, probably. I mean, clearly, because I was kicked out of the Scientology moms group less than 24 hours later. Lori, sure. I will send those over to you just shortly. Will Huber, I don't recognize you. Thank you for the super sticker, my friend. I know, behind the bush, he was creeping. He was creeping a bit. He was creeping a bit, Simply Cheryl. I haven't shared this with Aaron. I didn't know. I mean, I can. I doubt that Aaron would recognize him. What would that dude be doing here and then in Florida? Simply Cheryl, I'm glad that you're chatting. Don't be shy, girl. We want to talk to you. Amy Joe, I have not seen a creeper twice. Now, I wish that I had taken photos more than I have been. I had quite a few cars sitting outside of my house. Do you guys remember, like, what was that, a couple months ago? It was when I first started my channel. I came outside and there was a guy with super tinted dark windows. And I came out with Bo and Gert and to pee for them. And it was like this. He was just pointing his camera, sitting in his driver's seat, pointing his camera at me. And we live in a cul-de-sac, and he turned around, which is nice because it's obvious if there's a PI. It's not a busy street, it's a cul-de-sac. So it's pretty obvious if there's somebody sitting out in front of my house. So he flew around the cul-de-sac, and then he came around and he rolled his window down, which creeped me out. And I didn't have my phone. I was so mad at myself. And he goes, "Is that a standard poodle?" And I was like, "Really, dude?" And I just said, "Mm-hmm." And he goes, "I got a buddy that's got some of those." He was like, "Great dogs." And he just like spat off. And I was like, "You're going to have to do better than that. That wasn't very believable. You're probably the creepy dude that has a place in Paris and Clearwater trying to dick swing." Swinging dick, swing that dick. That's what I should have said. When he said, "Is that a standard poodle?" I should have been like, "Swinging dick." He would have been so creeped out. He would have been like, "Never mind, I got to get out of here." Yeah, if anybody ever hurts Gertie, I expect all 744 of you. I'm going to be like, what should I say? We need to have like I'm going to be like SPs. Like, what does Ron Burgundy say? And yeah, he says, "News team, assemble." And Anchorman, I'm going to be like, "SPs, assemble." And I expect all of you to be here within 24 hours. Is that too much? Wow. Patricia Carlson, I live in Okoboji. Have you heard of the lakes here? Been watching you from the start? Yes, I've heard of it. So my cousin in Omaha and her mother, so my mom's sister, they go to Lake Okoboji all the freaking time in the summer. I think I went as like a baby maybe, but I don't remember it. But I hear so many good things about Lake Okoboji. That's so crazy. I'd like to visit it. Foxes have crazy screams, Carolyn. This mouse does not work properly. There's something freaking wrong. I have to click like 9 times to click on a comment. It's weird. Foxes, maybe Raymond, maybe we need to talk about, I'm probably not doing something right is probably more what it is. I didn't know that. I have coyotes and they are so loud at night. And every time I'm asleep, they wake me up and they're so loud. And I always feel myself smile in my sleep because I love it. I love the animals. I love the coyotes. Nakia, he wasn't on my property. No, I mean, he was on the street. He was parked on the street. Let's see. You say that, guys, that foxes are hard on the cat population, cat mom, and I believe you. But I do have a stray cat that I've been feeding for a year now. He just comes out at night and he sits out there. He has sat out there in the backyard. He's been out there eating with the raccoons, Cooney and Rocco, Rocco and his wife, Cooney. And they have 3 kids. And then I feed a possum, but I don't, he has a strong accent. And I've told you guys, I think his name starts with a W, but I could not understand when he tried to tell me. I was thinking like Winslow or something, but I don't know. And then I have Mr. Stray Cat, but he doesn't talk, so I don't know his name. And then I have one coyote. And guys, I'm not kidding. They have all sat together eating. I throw the food out and they all come. Now, that doesn't happen every night. Usually it's like one different one at a time. But the cat, the possum, and the coyote or the raccoons have definitely eaten together many, many times. I'm just saying this because the cat somehow is still alive. Like he hasn't been stolen by anyone, and I hope he doesn't. I actually would like to bring him in, but he's just too afraid of people. Oh yeah, we have who said that? Rachel D. Hope you have a Ring camera. You can keep videos. Yeah, we have cameras inside the house and outside of the house. I think it's a little much to have cameras inside, but we do. Everybody's saying happy birthday to Aaron. Which Aaron? Happy birthday, Aaron. I told all of my neighbors, Lori. Hey, Ron, Kibble, you drove by the Phoenix building yesterday. It looked empty. Oh, honey, see, that's why I was hoping this chair would have an arm I could rest my arm on because now my arm is so tired. But you're worth it, aren't you? All right. Silly. That's a lot of silly. That's a lot of sassy for a little girl. You're awfully tiny. Let's see. Yeah, they better not ever go back after my dog. Kathy Evans, be careful when you are out alone. You are too valuable. Kathy, do I know you? I don't recognize your name. Thank you so much for your super chat and welcome, babe. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, anything goes. I hope you do chain a hammerhead to a baseball bat and wait for you to call assembly. I mean it, you guys. Or do what Mark Headley does, body thetans activate. Yeah, but those are just stuck to me. I'm going to expect my SP group to assemble, and you guys have 24 hours. Andy Fabulous, I love Chihuahuas. Mine lived to 12 years old. His name was Gary, and he was a very close friend of Gertie's. You guys, I had a dream the other night and I wanted to share it with you. And obviously, I couldn't with things that Aaron's going to put up with when it comes to my life. I was surprised he let me say yesterday that I have a short cervix, but if you noticed, he just ignored it. Aaron's so funny. Did you see how beet red he turned yesterday? I love that we get him out of his shell though. Like he really needs to cut loose. Um, how's my husband doing, Andy? I really couldn't tell you. I haven't seen the guy in a while since dinner, I guess, but he's just watches the news all the time and we really don't have that much in common these days, it seems. But we're gonna go on a date Friday and I look forward to that. But I had a dream that I was like, I want to share it with my family here on YouTube. You guys know the situation with my dad. And well, you know, right? I mean, you know that my dad hates me and cut me loose at 16. And he's still a very active Scientologist. You have a short cervix too, Cheryl. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer to have a short cervix, but, there's not a lot you can put in there when it's that short. But anyway, I had this dream the other night, and, sometimes I have really weird, vivid dreams, and I don't talk about my dad enough. I feel like I should talk about him more, but to be honest, I don't bring him up because I hate him so much, but I think I hate him and I hate him to protect myself. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. I hate him so much, but I don't really hate him at all. Like, I say I hate him and I want to hate him, but it's really just because I will that keeps me from breaking down and crying. Like, I miss what I had with him, the memories. I don't have a lot of memories anymore. I'm 39. Um, he raised me until I was 12. So it's not like I have a lot. But I had this dream the other night. Will Huber, did Doug try to steal baby Hux? Do you resent him before? Yeah, he didn't. I mean, he just Doug really kept tight his claws in on Huxley for sure. But so I had this dream the other night and it really has made me sad. It's made me feel kind of like crying. But again, remember I was ovulating this week. So I don't know which is what's real and what's not. Um, I had this dream the other night that I was on a paddle board, which I'm afraid of water for the most part, like not terrified. I mean, I love to swim, but I'm not swimming in a lake or anything. Um, but I was on this paddle board and there were alligators all around me. I was in a lake and I was looking around and I was freaking out. Like there was probably like 30 to 40, like as far as the eye could see, but also close to me. Now, I love alligators. I love alligators. I think they're amazing creatures. And I say I would want to like swim with them and feed them, but I think I'm wrong. Like I think when I actually like um my dad's name was Gene Wally, who said that, Veronica. And I was surrounded by alligators, okay? And that was like the length of the dream, okay? So in the stream, I'm on this fucking paddleboard and think of it for a minute. Like a paddleboard is what? This thick. And I remember like being so scared and thinking, how am I going to get to the shore? How am I going to get out of this? And they were getting closer and I was watching them. And I remember my body shaking. Like, thank you, Heather, for the super sticker. And, in my sleep, I think I was shaking. I was so scared because it was very realistic. And I looked up and my dad was there and he was somehow above me and he had like a tree in the background behind him. So it was almost like he was like hanging from a tree or something because he wasn't floating, but he was like somehow above me. And I looked at my dad and I said, "Oh my God, Dad." I was like, I'm going to cry because this is how I really feel about my dad. I just pretend to hate him because it's more numb and I feel less if I hate him. And so it was hard to see him. It's like when I dream about Fred too, I get very emotional because it's so beautiful to have a conversation with Fred. Every time I have a dream about Fred, I wake up and I say, "Thank you, Fred, for coming to see me and talking to me because I miss seeing you. I know you're here, but I miss talking to you." So every once in a while, I'll have a dream about Fred and he'll do exactly what he did in life. He'll pop into a dream and he'll go, "Hi, sweetheart." And that's it. And he'll leave. And so I'm like, I know that wasn't an accident. But anyway, I looked at my dad, and this was like in real time. I was my age, and I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Dad, it's you." And he said, my legal name is Marisa. I just go by Reese because everybody called me Marissa. So when I was like 2, my dad started calling me Reese. And he called me Marisa though sometimes, and he did in the stream. And I said, "It's you." And he said, "I'm not going to help you, Marisa." He said something like, he just made me feel terrible. And he said, "You're not worth helping." And Fred, Sonia B, was my husband who passed away. Fred passed away. Um, He said, "You're not worth helping." And he said something like, "You're gonna have to figure this out yourself, but you're probably not gonna make it." And I started crying in my dream, and I was like, "I really wish." I said something to him, and I can't remember word for word what I said, but the message was, "I really wish that you had been there for me because I really could have used you, like, through a lot of situations in my life." And he said, something like, "I would have never been there for you." And it was just rejection. Ken, hi Ken, thank you for your super chat. Yvonne, where is this coming from? I don't know. It was a dream. But it was just like, why couldn't I have had a dream about him being actually a good guy? um, I don't know. It was a weird dream, and it was like 3 nights ago. And it was like really upsetting, I guess, because it was like life and death, and I was surrounded by such danger, right? Like I was surrounded by all these alligators, and I knew that I was probably not gonna make it. And even in that moment, it was like it made me feel like it was like that saying, like, "I wouldn't pee on you if you were on fire." Like, he was there, he could have helped me, and he was like, "You're not worth help." So, um, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it really, was a sucky dream to have, and it kinda shook me. Like I said, I've been thinking about it for days, and I'm glad I woke up because it really was scary, um, to be surrounded by that. But, um, it's okay. But I sometime wanna talk to you guys about him more. I don't talk about him that much. I have a lot of really happy memories that I think I have with him. Um, I think he liked me when I was little. I mean, I got the idea that he liked me. I don't ever remember him telling me he loved me. I don't ever remember him hugging me, but for some reason, like, I think he thought I was funny. I've always been funny. People have always told me, "You're so funny, you should be a comedian." You guys aren't the only ones that have said that. I've been told that for a long time, and I think I entertained him. I think he thought, I was kind of okay to keep around because I made him laugh. And I would try, I think, to make him laugh more for more approval by him and, like, being noticed because he really didn't care about his kids. My sister left, so I was just home alone with him, and he would leave for 2 or 3 nights at a time and not come home. And I remember being 7, 8, 9 years old and, like, just getting up and getting ready and walking to school, and he wasn't home. He never came home. So, he didn't care about his kids. We were not a priority, but, thank you, Mrs. Ivy. I don't recognize your name. Reese, I'm sorry. You're so amazing. My heart breaks for you. Thank you for sharing. Did I tell you you're amazing? Thank you. That's really sweet of you to say. Um, yeah, and I try to process it too like this. Somebody said to me once, guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? I wish Dario was here. Um, or Steve Britton, but Raymond, if you're still here, somebody told me once about my dad, like like I had this idea that he was um holding back love. Like he was not loving me like he could have loved me. He was what am I trying to say? Like he was I don't know, reserving it on purpose. But then the person told me, "You've got it all wrong. He didn't have it to give in the first place. Like, he didn't have it to offer. He should have never had children. He didn't have it." Does that make sense to you guys? Like, does that seem right to you? Because it really kinda helped me. Like, he wasn't withholding it. He never had it to give. Um, I don't know. Yeah, Yvonne says exactly he never had it. Um, yeah, okay. His love was transactional. Also, I kind of disagree with that as I said it, because in Scientology, love is very much conditional. Um, it's totally based on the condition that you are a good little Scientologist. And in my dad's case, uh, everything had to be walking a very fine line in Scientology from as long as I can remember. I remember doing TRs and him screaming at me at the top of his lungs, like, flunk, start, get it right, like screaming at me from like the age of 4. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just remember being terrified. I remember sitting in a chair and being like, I don't know what to do, but I'm just going to sit here really quietly and I'm really scared. My sister and I used to say we would watch the veins pop out of his neck. I mean, he would scream at us to do certain drills in Scientology when we were little. I didn't know what any of the words. You guys remember all these Scientology words that Aaron and I are teaching to you and concepts? He would use those on me when I was 4 or 5. I didn't know what that shit meant. He used to call me a bank all the time. He'd call me an SP or a bank when I was little. And I remember always thinking like my piggy bank. I was like, I don't know what a bank is, but I know it means something bad because he'd be like, you're a fucking bank. And he'd scream at me. And I'd be like, oh, I don't know how to not be a bank because I don't know what a bank is. So he was hardcore. Sandy D, my dad keeps saying I never should have had kids. So I get it. Too bad, Dad. You helped create us. Too late now. Wow. Thank you for your super chat. That's really sad. A broken pencil. Welcome. Hey, Reese, you're my role model. Even though we're the same age, you relax me at night like my ASMR. Well, thank you. That's a really sweet thing to say. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. Um, yeah, I don't talk about him a lot, but I do have a lot of things I'd like to talk about sometime with you guys. Yeah, BJ's Critters. That's probably accurate. He's a malignant narcissist. He didn't have any love for anyone. Sounds like he doesn't know what love is. Yeah. And again, in Scientology, there really isn't real love, guys. I mean, how much are we learning that now more than ever? Now that I'm in real time, outed by the church, lost my family overnight. That was conditional love. That's majorly conditional love. Um, uh, he traveling B, he was sick, authoritarian upbringing. I know this kind of behavior. He probably was sick. I mean, now that I think about that, because we're not taught to learn that in Scientology, like mentally ill is not a thing in Scientology. It's fake. It's fake news. Now that I know it's not, and it is a very real thing, I'm sure the man was very mentally ill. Um, Wendy Elliott, that's a new name. Welcome, babe. Reese, you're an amazing woman. I've just recently started watching, but you're so strong and such a wonderful person. Your dad didn't deserve such a wonderful daughter. Thank you, Wendy. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you don't leave us, Wendy. I like you. Um, yeah, Ray, it's sick anyway you slice it. Yeah, Molly. Scientology is the definition of conditional love. I know that now more than ever. Um, Pamela, I'm a ding dong. Haven't seen you for a while. I wish I could go back and give 4-year-old Reese a big hug and tell her she was perfect as she was. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Mentally healthy people don't behave like that, Raymond. Yeah. Um, Thank you, Allison. Shared all the good and the bad. Your feelings are valid and deserve recognition. Thank you. I really want to have my sister on sometime. I'm just trying to work out how to do that. Like I told you guys, her baby turned 4 months old the other day, and then she has a 2-year-old. So it's just a matter of Good question. It's a matter of time, getting the time for her. ADHD super teacher. Question: what does bank mean? Good question. Bank is another word for the reactive mind in Scientology, and the reactive mind is the bad mind. It's the mind you're trying to get rid of. The reactive mind stores all the pain and the unconsciousness and all the bad recordings. So when a person is unconscious or suffering from some little part of unconsciousness, all of that's recording. um, so when you're being banky or you're being a bank, you're not using your analytical mind, which is your smart mind. Um, you're just using your reactive mind. So again, it's such a weird, I mean, I can go back to so many memories that are so clear to me, just like his eyes being like popped out of his head. And I mean, he didn't ever hit us or anything, but he would grab me really hard by the neck and he'd go, "You're being a bank, knock it off." And it was so scary. My dad is like 6'3". He's a very tall man. Why I'm 5'4" with underdeveloped chihuahua legs is beyond me. But my sister's tall and my dad is very tall. And so it was frightening. I remember being so scared when he would bend down to my body and grab me really hard and shake me, or he'd grab my shoulders and shake me, and it would scare the shit out of me. I remember being so scared. Like, I can remember so many times like having trouble breathing. And looking at it now, it was probably like a panic response, but I remember being like, like trying to breathe because I was just like so scared when he would grab me. It was so weird. So weird. Um, when did my parents split up? I was 6 years old when my mom left, Cheryl. And I did not, I saw my mom maybe a couple of times, but I really didn't see her again until I was 18. So it was just my dad and Scientology. He was very cruel to my mom. Yeah. My mom tried to take us the night that she left him, and he said he would kill her. I was right there when he said it. He said, "I will kill you if you try to take these children." Cat ACDC fan. I was 3 when my mom left my dad because he was abusive. I've always felt like he really missed out on having me for a daughter. His loss, very much so his loss, babe. And that's how we need to look at it. Thank you for your super chat. Tara, I don't recognize you. Welcome. Love you, Reese. I'm from Australia, and this is my first live. Welcome, Tara. My daughter loves thrift shops as she hates shopping. She loves that everything is in one place. I love your openness. You say what you mean. Thank you for that, babe. And welcome. I'm really happy to see all these new people in here. He was a nightmare. Yeah. Traveling bee. Sorry, Reese. Little Reese must have been so scared and confused. Yeah, I was. I was very scared. Um, Thank you, Nasty Nathaniel. That's nice of you to say. Aren't you the guy that always says that Aaron Smith Levin is a great man? That's nice of you to say, coming from you, Cindy Funk. FYI, that guy looked a lot like a PI that Aaron showed in a video when he was at a park by a lake in Florida. Hang in there. Love you, Ladybug. Love you back, babe. I will show the picture to Aaron, guys. Yeah, I know. It was his birthday the other day, Raymond. October 6th was my dad's birthday. He turned 75, I think, or 74. I'd like to call him up and tell him what a waste of space he is. You and me both, brother. I often think, what would I say to him? I wouldn't go to his funeral. Jilbo Baggins, did you know that you were born under a special twinkling star? Were you aware of how much you mean to me and everyone in this room? Did you know you are a beautiful old soul? Just giving you the Gertie treatment. I was gonna say, this sounds familiar, Jilbo. Thank you, Jilbo. I love you. Thank you for your super chat, babe. That was really sweet of you. Nasty Nathaniel. Okay, so where'd you go? You are subscribed and press the thumbs up button on your videos. Thank you. I seriously, coming from you, that means a lot. I love you, Jilbo. Yeah, guys, I don't know. Sometimes I think like he wouldn't give me the time of day. Um, he would hang up on me in a heartbeat. But I remember one time I called my dad. Um, his sister was dying. Do you mind sitting in your bed? I was pregnant. Sorry, I know that's really gross. Should have muted it, but I didn't have that kind of time. I was pregnant with Huxley and his sister was dying, and I was going to go to the funeral, and I called him, and he was married to another Scientology OT8 at the time, and she had 5 kids. And I was so depressed when I called him. She had 2 daughters and 3 sons, and the daughters were my age, and I knew through the grapevine of Scientology that he was super close to those daughters. Like, he paid for them to go up the bridge. He's still super close. He moved to Nashville from Omaha to be with those girls. He's very close to those girls, which of course breaks my heart, right? Because it's like, what was wrong with me? Why didn't you like me and my sister? But I called him and it made me so sad. The girls' names are Tiffany, and Courtney. Tiffany Condon and Courtney Condon. And I called him and I hadn't spoken to him in over 10 years. And he answered the phone and I immediately got shaky and I started to cry a little bit hearing his voice. And I said, "Hi, Dad." And he goes, "Tiffany?" And I said, "No, it's Reese." And he goes, "Reese?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Is that you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I don't recognize your voice anymore." And I remember I muted it. I muted the call and I just started bawling because I was like, I just was about to be a mother. And I just thought, this is so not normal. This is just so sad to me. Like, why can't we have a relationship? Like, I really wish that you liked me. I wish that, like, you were curious about the things I'm into in life. He doesn't know anything about me, guys. If you ran into my dad, he wouldn't know what I did for a living when I had my corporate job. He doesn't know anything about Huxley. My sister just had another baby. He's never met those kids. I mean, I know this is a sob story that no one really gives a shit about because it's like, yeah, get in line. There's tons of shitty parents out there. Like, we're not sad for you. And I'm not trying to be a victim, but I think it hurts more because there was a time that we liked each other. Like, there was a time that, like, we did things together. And I wish I didn't have those memories. I wish I didn't have the happy memories of enjoying time with him because that's what I think about, and then, I get really sad, and so I feel better just hating him, like, hoping the worst for him. Honestly, I wish somebody would call me and say, "Your dad died." Now, I won't get to know that because Scientology doesn't talk to me anymore, so, I won't get to know if he dies, but, I feel like I'm harping on this too much. Um, I just feel like it's safer for me to just hate him. When I feel hatred toward him, I feel better because I just feel nothing. If I start to feel like I did tonight, I start to cry. And that dream made me think of him more and what he said to me, rejecting me in that dream and like letting me get eaten by all the alligators. I was like, this is how it is, isn't it? Like, this is how it would be if this weren't a dream. If I were on fire, you wouldn't help me, would you? And I know the answer to that. And that's hard. That's hard to accept. Boy, if that's not true right there, Robin Miners, that's awful and inhuman. You have found your new family here. I have a toxic mom I stay away from. It's sad. I have found my family here. Sandy D, you got that right, girl. It's been a bit of a roller coaster of a year. I think that's it too, Nakia. You kind of hit that there. I hate what you missed out on. I think that's another thing that I feel like when I see a movie or if I see a girl with her dad out and about or sometimes it hits me and I'm like, God, I wish I would have had that so badly. I probably love old men my dad's age because there's probably some creepy ass vibe there because I'm looking for that acceptance. I'm willing to admit that. It may not be I don't know if Scientology puts obituaries out. It may not be that I'm attracted to old men for no reason. I mean, I love old men. We know this. Fred was old. My husband who passed away was very old. Um, I would not be Alicia, where you been, girl? Hello, you beautiful butterfly. I never get to see you live. You're killing it, lady. You do you. SPTV's Regis and Kathy. No better duo on SPTV. Love you. Love you. And I've missed you. Glad you're here. Thank you for your super chat. Um, no, Barb, I have not heard of that book. I don't remember what I was saying. I just know that, oh, I remember. I crave that relationship and I wish that I would have had it more with him. Um, it's hard for me to accept the thought that because I just believe, like, more than anything in my heart, I don't believe anything as much as I believe this. I call my husband Fred, who passed away. I always used to tell him, Fred, you are everything but the wings. You are a true angel. And I would say that to him all the time. And he'd go, oh, sweetheart. Or he'd go, oh, honey. And he was so cute. And Fred and I held hands in our sleep. And we were always together. We were always touching somehow. Like he'd always hold on to my leg or my hand or something. And when I met Fred, for whatever reason, all of that fell away. I had all this like grief about my dad just bound up, just balled up in me until I met Fred. I would cry about my dad all the time into my 30s. And then I met Fred. And for whatever reason, it was literally like, I mean, I don't know much about God, but I was only married to Fred for 6 months and 3 days before he died, Cheryl, simply Cheryl. We were together for a couple of years. I wish it had been longer, but it wasn't long enough. But it was long enough to sew up wounds and mend fences for me that I thought would never get fixed. I mean, it's like he didn't fix anything relationships wise, right? But I feel like Fred, one, I've always said this, I feel like Fred introduced me to myself. And I feel like Fred picked me up and was like, here you go. And he like fixed me up. And I was like, he just shined so much light. Like he just, I don't know how else to put it, but it was like Fred never, yes, it would be much easier, Grandma Loves You, if my dad were dead. Like for me, it would just feel better knowing that he's detached from me, like he's not on this planet anymore, he's out of my space, and he's not attached to my blood anymore. Like I just would feel better. Um, Melissa, I don't recognize you. Welcome, babe. Melissa Webster, I love you, Reese. Well, I love you. I looked up what it means about being surrounded by alligators in a dream. It means strength, wisdom, inner peace, courage, and sense of identity. Thank you for that. Anyway, I don't know why we went here, but Fred and I's wedding anniversary is in a few days. And I always look forward to it. I'm not sad about that. I always celebrate it. And I always go to our favorite restaurant that we always went to. I go there for our wedding anniversary and I go there for his birthday every year. It's an Italian restaurant that he loved. Sarah Wynn, can't stick around. I have to call my 84-year-old mom who's been out on the town this evening. That's cute. I'll catch up with the replay. Want you to know you are cherished and loved. Thank you. Thank you so much, babe. Thank you for your super chat. I'll catch you on the next live. Uh, Theratis Mel, he loves you the only way he can, and you deserve better. Hurt people hurt people. Before I became a therapist, I went out on my own journey with my parents. That's lovely. And welcome, because I don't recognize you. And thank you for your super chat. Michelle, thank you, Michelle R. Um, Thank you, Molly Molly. People in this chat and Reese, you are amazing. I'm so glad to be a part of that. Happy anniversary, Reese. Celebrate Fred. That's lovely. I definitely will. I always do. Um, oh, really? Okay. First time super chat, long time lurker. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here with me. I'm going to mute it because I really have to blow my nose and I don't want it to get gross. I haven't seen you for a while, Yurts and things. Um, I've missed you and wanted to catch you today. Needed you today. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Sherry Clemish, cool name. Reese, you're an absolute doll. Want you to know I understand what you're going through. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you for being here with me. Guys, it means a lot how many people are in here with me. Like that alone, I just feel the support. There is something so therapeutic that I can't really fully describe. Jennifer, my first comment on YouTube goes to someone as amazing as you. Been watching the fun beginning. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so happy you guys are here with me. Do I have a mod in here tonight? I need your address. I can send you something, a PI box. Can somebody, Lori? Yeah, Lori, you're in here. Can you post my address, Lori, for her? Thank you, Sherry, for asking. Thank you, Joe Rogers. What a kind thing to say. I'm glad you're here. I don't know, Rachel, if they do obituaries. I think obituaries have to be, I think you have to at least publish something, maybe not. Joni Reese, you're a true inspiration. I unofficially adopted as my sister, and because of you and Liz and Tommy, I started my own channel. Joni, I'm so proud of you. I love you, Joni. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. Lori just posted, there's my address. Lori just posted that. I hate this time of year because the weather is getting cold and I get super dry skin under my eyes. And I don't know why. It really bothers me because I use really good eye creams and it's not doing its job. Kay Honkala, Fred's angelic light shines through in your outro. The twinkle in his eyes is so lovely. When you talk about Fred, it just warms my heart. Thank you. Me too. And thank you for your super chat. That's so special. Katie, Reese, we all love you. You're always here to listen. We're always here to listen. And there's a reason we caught. Yeah, that's true. I remember you guys saying that. I can relate to this. Also, I appreciate you always. You are enough. Thank you, Katie. Thank you for your super chat. Stacy, welcome, babe. Oh, Sherry, I'm going to be stoked. Well, I'm excited about that. Yeah. So I want to say Mel Brooks, but it's not Mel Brooks. It's so funny. I've been to Independence, Missouri because Mormon history. Yes, that's right. There's like a big Mormon church here. I don't know this side of the state much. I'm a Kansas girl, but Jeff's company is in Missouri. So I still don't, even living over here in Missouri, I go to Kansas still for everything. So it's funny. Like people will be like, oh, I know that part of town. I'm like, I don't, because I don't really hang out in Missouri. Thank you, Lisa M. We are all here for you. You are a beacon of light and hope and sarcasm and humor. Well, thank you for that. That's really sweet. Ray, I love you. You're a little poo-poo angel, baby. Just remember what really counts. You're my favorite, better than everyone else. Ray, I know that about you, and I love you for it. Ray and I are pretty close, guys. I love him. Okie Mom, how long have Jeff and I been married? June 12th of this year, we had been married 2 years. So little over 2 years, not very long. I have, Rachel. I've changed my concealer under my eyes. I switched to a Laura Mercier. It's a liquid, so it's like in a pump. And I do that and I dab it because before that I was using a NARS and it was like a rollout kind, almost like a lipstick. And then I was just dabbing it and it was like drying. So I switched and I don't think it's a concealer issue. This happens every time it starts getting like fall and winter and it burns. Like it's like so dry right here. It's pissing me off. I get mad when I spend money on good products and it shit doesn't work. Uh, Saturnalia Jones, cool name. I don't recognize you. You're a truth keeper badass. Toxic parents push away strong children. We're a threat to their self image. One truth keeper to another. You're a force and my kind of broad. Lurking from the start. I love you. What a cool thing to say. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for your super chat. Uh, Japan of Green Gables, can you have a nickname? Well, what could we call you? I mean, I could call you, being that it's this time of year, a toasted little pumpkin seed, because that's what you remind me of, to be quite honest. Let's be honest. Um, Everybody's saying the CeraVe cream, Molly Molly. So many people lately have said CeraVe. Now, I worked for a doctor that recommended it, but that's just like, isn't that at the drugstore? I don't ever buy stuff at the drugstore because I had this stupid idea that let's see, don't set your eyes with powder. I kind of stopped so I do use a mattifying powder, a Bobbi Brown, on my forehead, and usually I take a little and I put it under my eyes, but I haven't been doing that lately because they're so dry. So thank you for that little tip. Um okay, fine. Maybe I need to get some drugstore stuff then. Fine, fine. Right now, my favorite under eye cream is just Bobbi Brown's Extra, the Extra line. It's like super thick. It's for old people. We've reached the skincare part. We go all over through the weeds, don't we? We laugh, we cry, and then we talk about our vaginas and skincare. I love Hourglass brand, Katie. CeraVe or Sarah, is it CeraVe? Somebody just told me. CeraVe. I think it's CeraVe. Okay. Well, Rhonda McNeil. What a baby angel. Thank you. Fine. I guess I should get some. Yeah. Oh, Michelle, I use moisturizer specifically for under my eyes, babe. Definitely. I have, Justine. So I didn't, oftentimes when I wear glasses, I really don't do a lot of concealer anyway because I feel like you don't see it. And I've been laying off of anything to put in this area anyway. But when I wear contacts, I definitely concealer it up. I put it there to kind of brighten the under eye. But I've been leaving that area alone because it's so dry. I know, Erica, that dude does look like. I'm trying to stay away from Dior, Rachel D, because they test on animals and I don't like that. NARS does too, and I love NARS. Uh, Fucking Laura Mercier does too. Betsy Sue, hey babe, I haven't seen you in a while. Think of a layer of Vaseline each night under your eyes. Okay. Um, Naomi, Shark Week's here for you. It's coming. It's coming my way. Sucks. Poor Jeff. You usually go for the expensive stuff too, but swear by survey. Fine. I may just pick up some. I got to go to Target anyway. Oh, that's smart. Holding on to expectations is what causes pain. The lack of acceptance often leads to suffering. 100%. Michelle Kelly, I called you babe and I meant it. That's because you are a babe. Everybody knows. Stacy Toms, I'm honored. Maybe TMI. TMI doesn't exist in this chat room, but hubby and I now use the pound town phrase all because of you. Oh, I'm touched. Do you know how many people reach out to me and they're like, I say dick swinging now, bone phone, pound town. It's great. People, they sing the dick swinging song. Is Jeff older too? He is older, Regina, but not much. He's 65 and I'm 39. So he's a little young for me. I like them extra crispy. I'm trying to catch back up. I got behind. You know me. Alicia, your willingness to share your authentic self and speak your truth. I'm in awe of you, lady. You are strong, funny, capable, and beautiful. Missed you. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. And thank you for saying that. Broken pencil, you're so funny. You're the bomb girl. Yay, candy corn. I heard that loud and clear. Thank you for your super chat. Jules, what a cute name. Thank you so much for sharing your truth and showing raw emotion. We can all feel it, and you are helping more people than you'll ever know. That's why I love being here with you guys. You mean so much to me. I connect with all of you. Thank you, Jules, for your super chat. See, I've been using oil at night too. I switch on my nightly routine. I have a lot of different stuff that I use, ceramides and shit. And I use a lot of Paula's Choice. I told you I like that Verso skincare. I like Drunk Elephant. Um, oh, Strange Bird. I'm loving the Strange Bird oil, but the shit doesn't do anything. You think oil, right? I wake up in the morning and I'm like dried out. I don't understand. It's upsetting me. Somebody do something about it. Yeah, I felt kind of bad. I snapping a picture of that guy, but you say don't feel bad about it. Like, what if he wasn't a PI? And I'm over here snapping pictures. He's like, I'm out of here. Nancy's corner. It's hard to comment here because of the crying and laughing. It's true. We dip down and then we go back up, don't we? We don't stay down for too long though. We cry, we get it out, and then we move on. We may cry again though. Purple Groovy, you call that time of the month Shark Week? That is so sweet. Oh yeah. Ms. Chief. Hi Reese, love your Real Housewives of Scientology there, and you really cheered me up on a down day. I'm so glad. We'll do more of it, babe. We'll do more. Iwa, your period's coming. I wonder if we're synced up. What are your perfume recommendations, Ray? I'm not a big perfume person, but I do love the smell of Victor and Rolf's Flower Bomb. Yeah, I would say I'm eating healthy and drinking water. I don't eat a lot anymore. Um, I just eat small amounts, but yeah, I would say, and I do drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of electrolytes. I don't drink pop. I don't quit coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore. I've heard the Korean skincare, Allison, is pretty killer. Okay, Sandy D, good night. Castor oil for your under eye. Okay. Haha. Show them surprise face. Alicia, you're so cute. Thank you for your super chat again. LJ, Reese, you are talking to us just like we are your best friend. That's because you are, LJ. Natural flow of conversation and topics flow back and forth easily. God, you couldn't have said that better. It's so true. It's so true. And thank you for your super chat. And welcome. I don't know if we know each other, but we do now, don't we? Joni, Shark Week for you? So sorry. Oh, yeah, you love Flower Bomb, Simply Cheryl? It is, it's a good smell. I never smell it on people, though. It's like nobody wears it. Oh, Jenny. I lost my fiance almost 2 years ago now. It's such a painful loss. I'm glad to see you talk about your passed away love. Jenny, I'm so sorry. It's really terrible, but it is good to talk about it. And I don't know where you stand or feel about your fiance, but like with Fred, I definitely still feel like he's around. ASMR, tingled pink, cute. I love the realness of you. It's a great example for everyone. Well, thank you. How long have we been on? An hour and a half. It goes by quick. Camantha, love you, Reese. Been lurking from Aaron's channel, but have been so touched by your whole story and journey. Well, thank you. Cool name. Welcome. Night Koala Lou. Love you, babe. Melissa, you don't have the cervix issues, but you're scared of big wangs. I don't like a big penis myself. It's like a giant wall of flesh. I don't know what women started the weird rumor that like they love a giant peener. That is never going to be me. I love Jeff's just normal size, probably average peener. Like that's all I need. I don't want like I hate how men dick swing about it. Literally, like they have to like give this idea that they have this big. It's like, yeah, I don't know what I don't want that. Like, I don't actually, if you have that, like, that's not going to work. So, I don't know where you're going to put that thing. Thank you, Mrs. Ivy. Thank you. Good soul. You definitely make me laugh as well. You deserve happiness. Thank you. I love that, Reagan Rush. I love when you read your positive comments out loud. I hear them as affirmations. We love you, girl. Well, thank you. Love you back. Jules, still learning super chats. So from like an hour ago, I wish to be your puppers right now. Aw, also, yay, vaginas and skincare here for it all. Good. I'm so glad. I'm glad you haven't left us, Jules. Thank you for that. Yurts and things, not yet. I sent that part of the other part of the audio to Aaron yesterday. So he has it. We're just gonna play it hopefully tomorrow. I don't know what Aaron's life is like though. He's all over the place, kind of like our chats. Okay. See, I wish there's not very many men in our chats. My channel is like 88% women, which I love. Not gonna lie, like I'm happy about it. But look at all these women saying, yeah. Um, oh, I know it too. Spoiler alert, it's never as big as they say it is. That's because guys dick swing. Yeah. Ew, really? That's terrible. You have a friend that had a lot of issues because of his big peener. It was hard for him to find a woman who could handle it. I bet. Because we don't want that. Like, I don't want that. Not at all. Yeah, Joni, you hate a big peener? Ugh. Simply Cheryl, same. Glenda, why are you so adorable and sweet? I want answers. Glenda, you're cute. Aw, Glenda, what a little petunia leaf. Um, yeah, okay, see? Yeah, Aaron would be super uncomfortable with this. This is why I have to do my own lives, guys. I can't say everything on Aaron. Maisie Shiloh, thank you for your super sticker. I remember Happy from Clinique. Yeah, now we're literally talking about dick swinging. Yeah, I just don't, not into a big peener. Linda, I actually wore one of your bracelets today, but I took it off. See, I don't even have my wedding ring on. I took everything off when I got home from my job. I wore one today, Linda. I hope your feelings aren't hurt. I just have a lot of jewelry and I switch it out all the time. But thank you, Linda. Linda sent me a bunch of really pretty jewelry that she made. Um, yeah, we don't want it too small either, but like Jeff's, Jeff is very average, probably. I hope he doesn't watch this. They're so weird about it, aren't they? Guys are so weird about their peeners. Like, it has to like come off as a big deal. And like, it's big. Like, who cares? I would worry more about your man boobs. Well, thank you, Caroline. You love these glasses. I do too. That's another line of frames that I love, Tom Ford. Ladies, I'm going to let you in on a secret because everybody likes my Tory Burch frames. Go to your local optical that sells really high end, stupid glasses. They're just plastic, but they're like $500. Whoops. Hi, honey. Shit. We're caught, guys. We've been caught. Jeff's in the chat. We're talking about his peener. Honey, in a good way, though, in a very loving way. I love your peener. I hope to see it this evening. Okay. He's laughing. I don't know if he's gonna laugh tonight. So sorry. This is why I shouldn't have a channel. I probably am not the best person to have a channel. Um, yes, and there was no name with that. Ann Jones, we got your football and electrolytes, the orange ones. I got them yesterday. And I'm glad you spoke up. Thank you. Thank you for sending that. And Huxley says thank you too. Sorry, babe. Do you have anything else to say about it, Jeffrey? Are you upset? Do you want to just get it out now? Are you upset with me? Um, honey, you have a lovely peener. And not just your peener, but you have amazing moves. And that's probably in a very shallow way one of the reasons I married you. I have to be honest. I felt right at home one of the first times we went to Pound Town. I think we went to Pound Town and I was like, he can put a ring on this for sure. Yeah. He knows what he's doing. I haven't made that much noise in a long time. And he's not afraid to get in it. You know what I mean? He's not afraid to get right down to it. And he also TMI. Oh, sorry, Mel. Are you new to this channel? Mel, we go into the weeds with a lot of TMI. I'm so sorry. I always recommend if somebody really is uncomfortable, like tune out for the night because we go all over the place and I don't want anybody to be offended. Blake Reed, super chat to the live. Oh, super late. Sorry, to the live. Sorry, Reese. But I have to say the Beach Babe curls have been popping. And what's this about a creeper now? Blake. Okay, so you like it? This is like day 3. But see, I like it too. Because then look, you can fluff it up. You can give it a little volume. I can tease it a little and put some like root spray in it, root lift or whatever that's called. And then I like it too, Blake, because it doesn't get greasy looking. I love it because it lasts for days. The only thing I hate is it takes forever. It takes almost an hour to do this shit to my hair, but it seems worth it. The creeper, I don't think he was a PI, Blake, but there was a guy outside my work today watching me. Go back and watch. I showed the picture. Blake, if you're on Facebook, I hope you're in our Facebook group. It's called Reese's PCs, PEC. Okay, we need to get ahead again. But Blake, thank you for your super chat, my friend. Does Jeff have a brother? He does. He does. And I think he's single. Armine, where have you been? I was thinking about you earlier. I was looking at all the stuff you sent me from my wish list, and I was like, I haven't seen her. This is exactly why you should have a channel. You're one of a kind, unique, just so relatable. So refreshing having someone as honest and open like you. Thank you. I love you, Armine. What about the frames? Oh my God, did I go off into the weeds and not say anything? Michelle, I'm glad you reeled me back in. Go to a local optical. Go to your optical where they sell expensive frames, okay? Snap a picture of the inside or wherever these are. Let's see. This is Tom Ford 5688B, okay? Get the information on it and go to eBay. I do it all the time, you guys. I got these on eBay. I went to a local optical. I think these were $680, some ridiculous, stupid price. I got these on eBay for $65 in an auction, brand new in the case. Do it. Oh, so sorry if people got frazzled and triggered. But like Raymond, my friend, says, you can never have too much information. We agree, Raymond. Some of us don't, though. Mel Brooks I think was a little bit uncomfortable, but hopefully Mel Brooks stays in this chat and understands this is how it goes. And then we've made a new friend, just a little mystic. Oh my God, you crack me up. I love this channel. Well, I love you. You have a Freemason question for Jeff later. Okay. Thank you for your super sticker, by the way. Okay, Blake, it's beautiful, shiny, and free looking. And yes, I'm in your group, just not as active as the others because of my work schedule, but the discussions are cool. Okay, good. I'm just glad you're a part of it. Love you, Blake. Ew, Killy Billy, does he love you deeply like that creeper last night? That was so creepy. Jeff, are you still in here or did you leave? He was like, fuck this. Um, Nikia, this really is the best channel. You guys have a low bar, I think is what it is. Like you set your standards pretty low. This channel, nothing happens on this channel, guys. I can't believe that we have so many people in here following me. Can a mod put Reese's email address in the chat? I can do it, but it's just my name. Lori can do it for us, though. It's Reese Quibell, Quui, B as in boy, ELL, at gmail.com. Okay, Armina, I'm just glad you're here. Yeah, Lori, I think this is why men don't want to be around groups of women. We make them incredibly uncomfortable. Danielle, you're like a bestie. Well, thank you. I love your content. Okay, well, I'm glad that you're here for it, girl. Melissa, this is the best. I have no friends after my abusive relationship. I don't have any friends either, so you can be mine and I'll be yours. It is fun time, Marky. It's fun time. Sorry, I'm reading. Snake, I love that you stay here with it. He's not uncomfortable. I love you, Ken. I love it. Thank you, Nancy's Corner. Wow. Sam Parker, you like witchcraft? So these are a close second to Covenant? All right. My mom's kind of witchy. Blake Reed, Jeff is a Freemason. Yeah, he's talked about that when he comes down and does Jeff time with us. But yeah, he can answer your questions. We will do you guys want Jeff and I to do a live again? We haven't done one in like a week or two. But we can. Louise, I agree. It is important to grieve. Melissa, you are officially my new sister from another mister. I am honored, gal, and happy to be. Leah Lee, imagine what the men could learn if they stuck around. No shit. Why are they afraid of us? Well, grandma loves you. A list of products and clothes you like? Well, thank you. I was thinking I did get some new fun pieces lately, and I thought, could I bring them down and like put them on for you guys and see what you think? Pat, oh, some of this stuff makes you uncomfortable. Want to know what else? It shouldn't. Imagine how lovely and freeing it would be if we had conversations like this with each other all along. That's a beautiful thing, Pat. Oh, I love that you said that. Okay, we'll do a live with Jeff. Jeff, are you gone? He checked out. He was like, they were talking about my peener, and I'm out of here. Jeff's probably checked into a hotel tonight. The Freemason. See, I don't know, Blake. I can't answer these questions because it's a men-only fraternity, and I really don't know anything about them. I agree. I think they're a little weird. Don't they utilize a hierarchical system, kind of like the operating Thetan levels? Probably. It's a little culty, in my opinion. Okay, we can do a little fashion show. I'd love to. I would love to. You know what? I love fashion, you guys. Kay Thompson, you have raised my mood this evening, Reese. I had a shit day. I'm getting my sister to join in with all of us too. She'll love you like I do. Well, Kay, bring her in. Thank you for that, babe. Thank you for your super chat. Yes. I have that connection with you just as much, you guys. Molly, me too. I had this crazy connection to her from the beginning. It's crazy. We are all best is here. I feel that way about you guys, just so you know. I feel a connection to all of you. I really do feel like I'm in here with my friends and family. Oh, Mel Brooks. Sorry for saying TMI was a joke. I was laughing, but it doesn't come across in chat. It's Emily. I want to call you Mel. I thought it was clever, but no one, everyone thinks I'm Mel. Emily Brooks. That's really clever. Now that you said it, that's cute. Emily. It's like a license plate to me. Like you have to figure it out. Now I get it. Emily Brooks. No, I'm glad that you said that, babe. I'm glad you're comfortable. And I'm really glad you're here. You've got to be new because I don't recognize you. And I'm really happy that you're here. Um, Ray, I like Mel better. Ray, be nice. Oh, Michelle R, your husband loves my show. He laughs so hard when he walks in and hears the TMI. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I like it when a guy can enjoy it. Look, there's Jeffrey again. Masonry is just the oldest fraternity on the planet. Nothing cult like about it. Just teaching good men to be better men. Yeah, there you go. I think it's weird because I'm a woman and I know nothing about it, and they're all secretive and have their little secret meetings, but I don't know anything about it. I couldn't answer your questions. I know nothing. Oh, Yvonne. I'm curious about many things, and Masons are one of them. No hate, only love and curiosity. Well, that's sweet. Melissa, you love everyone in here. So do I. We have that in common. I know. All this time, Jess, I was picturing Mel Brooks watching and hanging out with us. I know. We are a little let down, Emily. Like everybody, I think, liked the name Mel Brooks, but it's okay. We like you. We like you either way. Uh, Lumania, I think your father is a narcissist and incapable of love. That's to say the least. That's kind of nice. That's a nice way of putting it. Yvonne, the Rainbow Girls, I don't know. I know they have weird little groups. I just don't know anything about the shit. I've gone with Jeff to like Masonic, um, what's the thing we just went to? Conference, like a Masonic conference. They're all very nice. Um, I just don't know much about them. So let's see. We've been on for an hour 45. I feel like we could sign. What's this? Reese, I know you are not a fan of big dick energy, but what is your stance on small penis enthusiasm? Well, here's the thing. That's why I like Jeff's because he's very in the middle. Jeff just has an average peener, and I couldn't love it more. It's a nice, it's nice to look at, honestly. And some of them are ugly. I mean, let's be honest, ladies. Some of them are like, oh, but I'm sure guys feel that way about our cooters too. I know that some cooters are probably unattractive, and I think mine is. Oh my God, you bought Olipop? Who said that? Whine a little bit more. I bought Olipop soda and love it. Classic grape is the best. I told you. I'm so glad you got some. So make sure you try. And I'm not even a banana flavored person, really. Oh my God. The banana cream. So here's my favorite, just so you know. Banana cream, orange is really good. The grape is amazing. Guess what else is good? The tropical punch. Okay, honey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why don't you try flirting, Jeff? Quit talking about the Masons and um oh, well, see, Yvonne wanted you to answer about the Masons and not your Peter, and I wanted you to talk about your Peter. So, okay, fine, it's a toss up. Um, I love Olipop. The problem with it is you have to be a millionaire to drink it. Like, holy shit, they're $2.50 a can at Whole Foods. Is there anywhere else to get it cheaper? Does anybody know? Anybody know? I haven't had the root beer simply, Cheryl. Can you get it on Amazon? I don't think you probably can because you have to keep it cold at all times. Your husband is obsessed with Masonic stuff. I don't think Jeff is naked and waiting for me because Jeff and I haven't answered the bone phone in a while. It's been a little bit, which is unusual for us, but I really truly believe that men kind of have a version of a period, like they go through whatever. And I think Jeff's going through that, and we kind of ignore each other when that's happening because otherwise we just don't get along. Jen Townsend, I've really enjoyed your videos, Reese. Hope your healing continues. Thanks for your big heart and delightful sense of humor. Jen, thank you. That's beautiful. What a nice thing to say. Thank you for your super chat. What does a while mean, Raymond? When's the last time? Jeff, when's the last time we had sex? What is today? I've been so off on the day. It's Wednesday. A week ago, maybe? That's a long time for us. Jeff and I usually are way more often than that. We're just not that into each other. I don't think he's attracted to me anymore. Kay Leanne, you're a rock star. Kudos to you for dealing with you are now after what you had in the past and with such empathy while now having an impact on so many others in such an open and positive way. Well, thank you. My God, that's a really nice thing to say. Tampa B man, that's a whole other subject that we need to talk about, Barb. We need to do a deep dive on that. I need to know more about you and your husband's situation. Yeah, Amazon. No, Costco doesn't have it. Oh, yeah, like a ripoff version. Yeah, I don't see Jeff flirting in here with me, so it's probably not going to happen tonight either. Um, I haven't done anything with Kevin in a long time, but I blame the blood pressure meds and hemorrhoids. Well, that's a shame, Ray. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I know. Um, Jeff says, Reese says my peener is medium, but it's really small. I don't, honey, I think you just think that because you're so overweight and you can't see it because your tummy is so big. I mean, if I was as big as you, like if I had the giant tummy, you probably can't even see it. So you think it's small. But I wish that you would seriously take this to heart. Every time I whip it out and I touch it and I look at it, I tell you, it is not small. It isn't. It's very average and it's got great girth. Like I tell you this all the time too. It's got a nice thickness to it. I don't know. Is that too far? Are you guys uncomfortable right now? Broken Pencil. Have you ever heard of comedian podcaster Cynthia or Christy? What was wrong with me? And I can't read Christina something. P. You remind me so much of her, but you're funnier. Never heard of her, but thank you for your super chat. No, never heard of her. Um, Jeff, are you still here? He's still here. Girth is everything, Yvonne says. See, honey? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. TMI for you. TMI time for me. I still go to Pound Town with my ex-husband. Wow. That's weird that you say that. I was thinking today, if Jeff and I got divorced, I mean, I don't know. It could happen. If Jeff and I got divorced, I was thinking about he's so good at sex. I would still like sneak over and have sex with him. I would still want to. It's so weird. Isn't that weird? I was thinking about that today. I don't know why I was thinking about that, but I thought we may not have a lot in common. And if the floor does fall out, if it just all goes to shit, we will always have good sexual chemistry. And I thought, even if the judge issues those papers and we get divorced, I would be like, Judge, we still want to bone down though. Is that cool? And then, yeah, honey, your peener is just fine. If it was a problem, I would talk about it here on YouTube with our friends. But I would totally still have sex with you, Jeff. Like, would you still have sex with me if we got divorced? I feel like he wouldn't. I feel like he'd be like, "No, you divorced me." And he'd like hold it against me. But I would be like, "Take off your pants." I don't know. I just feel like that's totally appropriate. All right, everybody's leaving. I feel like I need to go too. Thank you, Lilith. On that note, I'm probably in trouble, but what else is new? Um, yeah, sex with your ex was better than when you were married. I believe it because there's no more freaking attachments to them. Men are a lot of work. So, like cutting all of that and not having to deal with them anymore and all their bullshit and annoyingness and you know what I mean. And then just skipping to the divorce and having sex. I mean, I feel like we're blazing a trail here. I feel like we're starting a trend. Let's see, everyone's leaving again. Blake Reed, oh my God, you have to watch your mom's house. You would be like Queen Jean. I can get an aim. Can I get an amen? Also, yo, mamas and the F stands. You have to watch the podcast now. Oh, okay. I'm like, what is that? It's a podcast. Okay. Okay. You are never in trouble, Jeff. Come on. We both know that's not true. Jeff needs to have a channel. Yeah, he could have a channel. I think he kind of has a channel, but he doesn't use it. Oh my God, Ray, I love hot and sour soup. Ray, I wish we lived in the same city. You and I would totally do stuff together. We would definitely go get. I like egg drop too. Do you like egg drop? I like both. Well, everybody's saying goodbye, baby angel. Yvonne, you broke up with a guy because his Peter was trying to break you. I don't blame you. If I was single and dating, it would come down to the Peter for sure. Um, yeah. Like I almost feel like on a first date, I would be like, "Do you have a dick pic?" And I'm not saying that to be gross, but like I need to judge this right away. I'm going to need to know because this is going to lead to sex because let's face it, we're people and we both like to get off. So I need to know right now What's our bottom line here? What does it look like? Is it like on the up and up? Does it look right? Does it act right? Is it living its life right? I need to know. And then, he'd be like, and goodbye. Okay. Well, I know. Don't say that. I try not to think about it that way. Egg drop is too mucusy. Um, I've never made hot and sour myself, but I would love to try it. I love hot and sour soup. Interesting. We didn't fall in love. We fell in sex. 43 years and still going. Sex is a powerful thing. You've never met a peen you didn't like? Oh, I have, Michelle. I have met some large peeners in my time. Um, yeah, I would not do well dating. Sometimes I wish that like Jeff and I could get divorced for a minute just so I can do some dating and like tape it, like video it, because it would be so much fun. I would love to be like, so what do you think about sex? Like, what do you do? What do you do with your hands? What do you do with the taint? What are you doing at night? Do you think about yourself first? Do you think of me first? What's your peen like? I need to know about your peen. I would totally ask those questions too. And the guy would be like, yeah, you're gonna have to take an Uber home. Um, okay, thank you, Ray. Love you. Um, oh, for sure that too. You got papers to prove you've been tested. That's the other thing I fear though. Like if I'm single again, I don't want to go around to Pound Town with a bunch of men, even though it sounds like fun. Like I would love to you know, dance naked with some people, but I'm too scared of all the diseases in the world. Like it's not worth it. So, um, what's grown, honey? Your peener? Tell us. Tell us about it. What's grown, Jeff? Be more specific. Can you expound on that? Um, well, good, Aurora. I'm glad that you're here with us. You're 5'10, Black Widow Sammy. Need a bigger peener? Yeah, I would ask those questions for sure. For sure. All right. Well, again, oh, your subscribers have grown. Babe, I thought you were getting sexy for a minute. I thought it was After Dark with Jeff Quabell for a minute. You could dial up the flirt a little bit if you so choose. Um, somebody just subbed to you, babe. It is, Bonnie. It's a good time. Yeah. I just don't know what guys with like giant wankers do. I would hate that. Wouldn't that be sad too if you met someone you really liked, but like they had this giant sausage, this giant Jimmy Dean sausage? Um, it would be sad. It would be really sad. Christina, good point, girl. You came in an awkward time, but then again, this is Reese, so no such thing as awkward. I love you, Christina, because you know me that well. You're still banging your ex. I love that about you, Melissa. I think that's great. I think that's really great. Um, Tampa B man, you're so cute. I love you, Barb. Well, guys, I guess we'll sign off. Um, yeah, if Lori's talking about Jeff here, Jeff has way more self control. Jeff's channel would be very boring. Jeff would be talking a lot about politics, probably, and just like boring stuff, not the stuff we like to talk about. I guarantee you, Jeff wouldn't talk about his peener, and that would make it boring. Same, Mel. You don't like looking at your own vag, and you don't understand the dick pic thing. I agree. Every time I look at my cooter, I'm like, why are men attracted to these things? I think it's so unattractive. I feel bad saying that about Penelope because she's done nothing but nice things for me. Um, but still, I'm not attracted to her at all. I couldn't be gay because I'm just not attracted to them. I don't think vaginas are attractive. Thank you, Christina. Yeah, Kay, you'd rather be a mini Winnie than a huge honker? Totally. We can deal with mini Winnies. Honey, what are you talking about? None of this is flirty. Oh, you'd be talking about software development? Okay, well, that'll be putting people to sleep. Jeff, dial up the flirt. That's what we like. That's what you're there for. You have a cute face and a nice peener. Penelope is her name. Um, like, show off your goods, honey. Let's not talk about software development. Talk about your wanker. Um, that's true. Reese is trying to get off live to get off. That's so true. Um, yes, Ray, you think women are amazing, but your genitals look like a car crash. That was a harsh way of putting it, Ray, but I can't say that I don't disagree there. I don't not understand. Yeah, curious cat. Hey, babe, I did name her Penelope. I love you, Sean P, and I'm glad you're here. I think we are going to sign off though. What's Jeff's channel? I don't know. I don't even know. Everybody wants to know your channel name again, babe. I don't know why, because you're not even being interesting. You're just talking about software development. We want to talk about naked time. Stephen Miller, new sub, but you quickly became my favorite guest on Aaron's channel. Keeping you because that's what we love. Stephen, thank you for your super chat, my friend. And I'm glad that you're here. I hope you don't leave us. I hope I don't say something that you don't like and you leave. Judy, yeah, somebody else said that. Thank you for saying it though. Christina H, I love you, babe. I'm glad you love my channel. I do not like Arby's at all, but I don't eat a lot of meat. Now, I haven't had Arby's in probably over a decade. You put some curly fries in front of me and I'm going to put them away. I'm going to put them away. It's been a long time. Okay, guys, everybody who wants to know, that's Jeff's silly little channel. But Jeff, you're going to have to step it up a notch if you want to get real subscribers. And you're going to have to talk about what you do with your hands, how to be a real man, and get it done because you are very good in the sack, babe. Everybody knows this. And honestly, you should do a channel for men on how to be good in the sack. I think it would get some growth. No pun intended. Blake, genitals are just weird. It's like living with a forever roommate with a mind of their own. That's kind of a good way of putting it. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, curly fries sound really good. So do crab rangoon, Mel. That's right. What about Jeff's meat? Yeah, I definitely don't mind a hot beef injection from Jeff. Joni, Reese, you're stuck with us. I know it. I'm so happy. Joni, thank you for that. Love you, babe. No, it's not PG-13, but it says right on there it's not for kids, Spirited Dragonfly. So you're with me. If I don't like meat, how do you deal with a Peter? Well, I just do. I like Jeff's Peter. I'm picky about Peters too, and I like his. I told him that right in the beginning too. I said, you have a really very friendly, fun Peter, and I like him, and I'm welcoming him into my life with open arms. And Penelope would like to appreciate him as well. Does Jeff have a name for his Willie? He doesn't. Fred named his. What did Fred name his? I think it was John Thomas. You know Fred. He was an upstanding gent and he was old and it was a very proper name. And I think his peener he named John Thomas. I think. Or was it Charles Henry? I can't remember. I'll have to think about that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think he called him Charles Henry. Where did I get John Thomas? They're both very country club like names. And Fred was a man of a lot of accomplishments. So I'm not surprised that his peener was an upstanding name. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Maria Warren. You're a lesbian. That's okay. This conversation is just yet again reminding me that I'm 500% a lesbian. Oh, well, good for you, babe. I love lesbians. I just don't think I could be one. I just don't think I can. The vaginas are so unattractive to me. Wow, really, Aurora? You dated an older guy once who named his Rock Hudson? That's cool. What a cool name for that. If I was a dude, that's a great name for that. Jeff, why don't we call yours that? Yeah, John Thomas. It's definitely an old-timey name for a peener. Well, this was fun, guys, but it has been 2 hours, and I feel like we should sign off. Your son's name is John Thomas, Melissa? That's hilarious. Dang, it's 9:41. I think I will pop a Zyrtec tonight. I didn't take one last night. Barb, I love you. SPTV Tattoo Warrior. So happy I finally caught up. It's time to go. Sad face. Yeah, I know, but I'll be back on tomorrow. Um, Aaron and I will either be on tomorrow, Barb, or it'll just be me. And you guys seem to be okay with that too. Um, all right. I love you guys, and I really mean that. Thank you for all your super chats tonight. Thank you for the boost and just lifting my spirits. Everybody had such nice things to say. Um, oh, I like that too for Jeff's Winky. The mighty Mississippi. Well, we'll let him vote on that. Next time Jeff and I do a live, let's remember to do that and name his peener, and then we'll vote on what's best. And he'll go with whatever we vote on. All right. I love you guys very much. I really mean that. Thank you for lifting my spirits tonight and being a part of my life. And again, I just love you guys. So I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what time yet, but I would guess, oh, I do know. It has to be sometime in the afternoon. So I need to tell Aaron that. Huxley's last football game is tomorrow, and he's won every game. So I really hope he wins. I'm so happy for Huxley. Thank you again, guys. And Curious Cat, you're so cute. Night Jilbo Baggins, Allison Chapel. I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, let's play Fred. Let's play Fred's outro. Here it comes. Okay. Almost. There it is. Bye, guys. Love you.